So some people say that ChatGPT is like the App Store moment, like when Apple released the App Store, when the iPhone came out. I reckon it's more like the transistor being invented, where where GPT-3 is the transistor and ChatGPT is like the and or not logic gates. We're now in the moment where we're figuring out how to use LLMs, how to use ChatGPT, new ones are popping up, and we're beginning to define the rules of what makes a good prompt. How can you best control these LLMs? So some companies, when they start using LLMs, customers end up realizing they can sort of hijack it for their own purposes. Some people, for example, have, instead of paying for a ChatGPT subscription, they just use the LLMs in the customer service sort of chatbot of some companies. So it's not quite the Wild West, but it's a very new field, and which is quite exciting. It's sort of, I feel like it's analogous to the circuits, where in this transistor analogy, where we're building the rules, the theories and science behind how to put together these transistors back then, and now these LLMs. But soon we're going to be at the level of the assembly language. So once we figure out how to best, how to control these LLMs a lot better, it's almost going to be like at the level of the assembly language, where we'll have more powerful and easy and convenient ways of using them and putting them together. What I can see happening with ChatGPT is, yeah, we're beginning to understand what a good prompt is, what workflows to put it, to use it within. For example, to not have some sort of something similar to an injection, it's like a SQL injection. You might want to test the prompt first, like with a separate LLM. After that passes, or maybe it modifies, it rewrites the user prompt to begin with. You might also want to check the output of the primary LLM that does the actual work, to make sure there's nothing that might damage the company that the LLM is being used within. We can also use it. We're also beginning to figure out how to best use it within a multi-agent system, where multiple chatbots or LLMs are being used in combination, all with a different system prompt, meaning all have a different role. But this is still very much an area of research, which is really exciting. And I'm very excited to see what the next stage is. What is LLM? What is the LLM equivalent of the assembly language, Fortran, C, Python, and so on? Like when the transistor was first invented, almost no one could have envisioned that being born out of this would be the iPhone, the internet, and like entire 3D worlds. Just as a consequence of this relatively, simple, well, not a simple invention, but just this initial key invention. But I think similarly, LLMs are going to give rise to like very amazing and very miraculous things down the line. Right now, of course, companies are just figuring out how to best make use of it for their own purposes, but I think it's going to have a much more, I'm hoping, much better societal sort of impact beyond just profit. But this is just a start, and I'm excited to see what comes out of it. Anyway, I just thought I'd share this analogy.